Hey guys, it's Maymay, and you remember these little globe things we used recently? I had another idea. I think this will be super cute. I'm going to try it. I've not tried it, so we're going to do it together, okay? Now, I'm also challenging myself in this particular project to use items from my scrap bin. Now, you may not have as extensive of a scrap bin as I do, but I have some pretty elaborate scrap bins. Let me show you, in case you're wondering. If you ever hear me talk about bin, this is bin. This is my scrap bin. It's one of those plastic like storage containers, you know, they look like magazine rack holders. We actually have these in the store. I have 3 of these at my feet at all times. One holds cardstock, one holds glitter and vellum, and one holds chipboard scraps. All pieces I've used for something else and just tucked in there. So we're going to use those today. All right, let's get started. First thing I need to do, I'm going to make a shaker element. You guessed it because you saw me bring out that little globe. And here's my plan. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work. We're just going to kind of go together and do this. And this is how all cards work. I mean, you don't plan them out in your craft room 100% before you do them, right? I'm not going to plan. I have an idea, but don't know how it's going to go. So we'll learn together. So I've cut 2 pieces off of those scraps. We didn't need the whole sheet, so I cut those 2 pieces off. And I'm going to be using these dies. These dies are called the Basic Designer dies. I don't know if you can see these. And they are stitched scallop circles. So we're going to use those. And I've chosen the smallest and the next size up. Let me get that where you can see that. The smallest and the next size up, okay? So I'm going to cut from the smallest red glitter, and from the size up, I'm going to cut green glitter. Okay, so I've got the green one ready to go. I'm going to turn that one upside down. I've got the red one ready to go. Put that one in there, and then we're going to cut. So from those dies, this is what we get. We get a green scallop circle or red scallop circle, and I have these 2 left over. I don't know how I'm going to use these, or even if I am. I may use this one. I may decide to put that one back in. We'll see. You'll see what I'm making, and it'll make sense. Like, I'm thinking about doing a little shaker globe like this, but I may turn that a different color. This guy's going to live around that. Do you see there? Yep, I'm thinking I'm going to do it a different color. All right, so I'm not going to use this. Instead, here's what we're going to do. Going back to my scrap bin and getting a pretty sturdy piece of cardstock. I think this might be alabaster. Whenever you put it in your scrap bin, that's the worst part, is not knowing exactly what you're picking up. But it's a nice, thick, sturdy piece of cardstock. It could even be Nina. It could be. I'm not sure. What I'm going to do is let this be the backer piece. Yep, that's perfect. And then it will show off my little pieces even better. Now, originally I had thought about making this look like a wreath, but now I'm thinking I want to make it look like an ornament. So I got an idea. So I've gone back to my scrap bin and pulled out this little piece of gold, and I've got an idea. I'm going to take my big punch here, and I'm going to start by making a circle just like this. And I did it in a weird part of this scrap on purpose. You'll see why. Now I'm going to take my 1/2 inch circle punch, lay that over that, kind of center it, and punch that. In my mind, this will look like an ornament topper if I slide it underneath. Look, and just have the top stick out. Looks like an ornament. It's working to me. Okay, so let's start assembling. Let's assemble this first. This is the shaker element, and you guys do not like shaker elements. Most people don't. Most people don't enjoy this part, but it's pretty easy. So here's what we're going to do first. I'm going to go ahead and glue down my little red glitter piece. So I'm going to do that by adding glue to the shaker itself, right in the middle of my little flat area here, not getting too close to the center circle. Then I'm going to take this piece, lay it on top there, and let it sink down into that glue. And that will kind of hide, not perfectly, but it's doing a pretty good job of hiding our little circle. Let me let that catch. Now let me tell you why I'm having to wait on it to catch, because we are gluing a glitter paper to plastic, and it takes a little longer for that to catch. I don't know what it is about the backer of glitter paper, but it does not dry the same as cardstock. Look how cute that is. It's perfect. Okay. While I'm punching those circles, I'm going to punch another one, and I'll tell you why. With this shaker element, in my opinion, by the way, this is an 1 3/4 that I just cut. In my opinion, it is better to glue this guy to something about the same size. That's an 1 3/4. And then we will mount it on top of here later, and you'll see why. But what's important to me is that I use the same color here that I do here, so it'll kind of go away. Okay, let's put glitter inside this guy. We're going to use some gold and some red, and I am really going to fill this guy up. and I'm going to layer this. So this is some gold hexagons from Nuvo. This is some red hearts. Ooh, I put a lot. That one really came out. So let's put some more gold, kind of even that out. And it's a pretty big globe. You know, it sticks out a pretty good bit. Even to the point that while I'm playing with it, I had planned to turn this into a card, but I'm thinking I might make it a tag that can become an ornament because it sticks out pretty good. All right, I'm going to take my pokey tool and I'm going to get that little self-adhesive ring off. That's what I love about these, is they have that self-adhesive part. And this is the circle that is about the same size, and that's the one we want to put on. So can you see why? We want to go ahead and close this globe up. Look how cute that is. So cute. So we can put it where we want it later and actually be able to center it. Because once you put your stuff in there, you really can't center it on the final piece. Okay? So we've made our little shaker element. Let's close these up before I'm wearing them. All right. Now what I want to do is I want to glue this little guy onto here and center it into place, so I can put the green around it. So let's put our glue on the back. It seems like an extra step having to do this little circle, but I promise if you'll just make this guy his own element before you put him in place, you'll be a lot happier. Now I'm centering my red circle. I'm not really paying attention to the white or the plastic that's hanging out. You can probably see that when you're doing it in person. You might not can see it right now, but I'm not really paying attention to that. I'm just centering that little red circle like so. And then I'm going to glue the green down, and that's going to be the beginning of our ornament. Look how cute that's going to be. Okay, let's do it. Let's glue this guy in place. So we got that piece glued into place. I might need to go a little lower. I think I got it a little high up there. I want kind of the same amount of white showing all the way around, just so you can see it all. Pretty good. Now we can glue this little guy onto the back. So I'm just going to put some glue up here, like so. And I only want half of this to show. So I'm going to put it into my glue, and then looking from the front, like I said, I just want it to look like a little ornament hook. See that? I want to bring it up where you guys can see it. See how I just have it kind of like peeking out of the top? That's what we want. All right, so we've got our little ornament. Let's build the tag portion. Look how cute that is. Ah, I love it. Well, after digging in my scraps, because I'm challenging myself to use my scraps, I found this piece. I'm going to make it a card. It's the perfect size for it. That's what we're going to do. So we're going back to card, and I'm going to use my monogram stamps. I'm going to use the J here and the Y here to make this say joy. You going with me? You see where we're going? All right, so here's what I want to do. Here's my white piece. I want this guy to live here in the center. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a little bit persnickety. I'm not usually, but I made a card like this recently and I wasn't persnickety, and I think it mattered. So we're going to do it, okay? So I'm going to take my Tim Holtz ruler and I'm going to find the center of this piece of cardstock, which you do that by using that little 0 and making sure that either side of your ruler is on the same measurement. So you can see here I'm at 2 7/8, and I'm not here, so I need to move that to get to the center. All right, so I'm at 2 3/4 here and 2 3/4 there. So I'm going to make a mark to show me the middle, just a tiny little mark, okay? That way, when I place this guy down, I know where his center point should be. So he should be something like that. And what I'm going to do is make a little mark here so I know that's the edge of him. And this is the edge of him. And we're just going to use that so we can line up our letters, okay? Now, the other thing I'm going to do, which you guys are like, this is overkill, Maymay. You never do this. I don't. I'm going to make a pencil mark 1/2 inch from the bottom. It's super light. Look, I'm letting my pencil just barely touch the paper. It is so pale. You're not going to see it on camera for sure, and I can't even see this other end, so I need to do it one more time, because I lost it down here in the end. I'm literally letting the weight of my pencil, that's it. It is so pale. But the reason I'm doing that is I want a place for my letters to live. Okay, guys, I decided if I'm going to be persnickety, I'm really going to be persnickety, and I'm going to use my Misty. And look, I can place my ornament into place here using those same marks I've already made, because I kind of want to stay where I was, all right? So just using my little pencil marks, just like so. Now I'm going to take my Y, and using that 1/2 inch mark I made at the bottom, I'm going to line it up at that 1/2 inch pencil mark, just like so. And then the same with my J. And I'm bringing it kind of in because I want it to nestle. I want the joy word to make sense more than I'm worried about the space on the page. At least I think I am. I'm thinking with this Y, I might could just shift the whole thing over. Let's just try. Since we're using the Misty, we can kind of see our layout. Let's just shift everything over and see if it still looks as good. The ornament won't be dead in the center, but it might look better on the page. I'm thinking that it's going to look better on the page. Let me get a pencil eraser because that's wanting to wiggle. Pencil eraser will keep it from sticking to your finger. All right. Now the cool thing is, because I'm using the Misty, if I wanted to, I could do like a little test run. But I think I'm just going to do this number and see if we're pretty close. Because I don't do perfect, y'all. It looks like I am today, doesn't it? This is the most picky I've been in a long time. All right, that feels good. I'm not going to mess with that. All right, let's pick this up. We got to take our ornament out. Let's pick these guys up. Y'all just knew I was going to shut that door with that ornament in there. I probably would have if I hadn't just had a last-minute thought. All right, so now I got to decide, do I want them to be black? I think I do. I've got enough color going on. Let's use some Let's use some tuxedo black. Let's use this. And I'm probably going to have to stamp this a couple times. Reason being, these are brand new letters. I haven't used these letters before. So I'm using pigment, which will help. But they'll probably need a couple of stamps. Probably a couple. Look how beautiful. Oh, what am I doing? Let's use the impressible. Let's use my impressible. You guys bought these out so fast. There are more coming. Don't worry. She's making more as we speak. All right, yeah, I'm going to do this one more time. So I'm going to place this back in. One more, maybe two. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. All right, let's send that over. Press it down. May have done it. Let's see. That looks good. That looks good. There's a little bit there, but I can do that with my marker. Okay, so let's bring that out and let that dry really well. While it's drying, I'm going to get rid of these pencil marks. I may come back and use my mono sand eraser. Sometimes, if I get a little heavy-handed with my pencil marks, the mono sand eraser will take care of that, no problem. But these are coming off pretty easy. A lot of times, too, my erasers won't be perfectly clean, and I don't want to mess up my page, but that happens. Remember the series we used to do called Make a Fuss? That's what this card is. It is a Make a Fuss card, because that's what we are doing. Making a fuss about it. Okay, I have an idea. And you know this is where I always go one too far, right? I think our ornament would look cute hanging off of a branch, of a pine branch. So I've gone to our stamp set called Fond Noel. Let me show you that one real quick. I've shown you a bunch of times. This is Fond Noel. It has lots of goodies on it. I've gone to that one and I pulled out one of the pine sections. And I'm just going to run it across the top till it gets kind of to the middle. See, I'm just kind of stamping right on top of the last one. I'm not masking anything off or anything like that. And I just want this to be where we can hang that ornament. Let's see how that looks. Let's see if we need another one or if we need to thicken that up any. I just think that'll be, oh, look at that. Won't that be cute hanging from there? Oh, I think it will be. Do I want to put more? Oh, should I stop? I should stop. Tell me, I'm hearing y'all. You're screaming, stop, stop, stop. Okay, we are. All right, so now then we're going to need to hang this guy. So what I want to do is I think I'll go ahead and put something here, twine or something, and tie a bow. Let's do that. I think I've decided to use black and white. I use a lot of black and white, but I feel like it'll work no matter what I add anywhere else. So I'm going to take my bead threader and send it through that hole we did with the crocodile there. I'm going to feed this guy in very carefully because this is cardstock. So just get that fed through. There we go. And then I'm going to tie my bow later. What I'm going to do is just give myself enough here to work with. So let's cut this off in the back. And you know what I'm going to do? I have some yellow tape I used a while ago for my die. I'm going to salvage some of that and put it back here and tape this down just in the middle. Now the reason I'm doing it in the middle is because I want to pop this ornament up. So I'll put my foam on either side. And that way we've got ribbon in there, okay? And now what I want to do is send this through here. So let's get our pokey tool. And let's just poke a hole. Where do I want this hole to be? I feel like it's right here. That feels about right to me. We're back to me now, just eyeballing things. I feel normal again. I don't want to make too big of a hole. I want this to just fit in. Let's go a little bit thicker. I want it to just fit. And I really don't want to, well, I can fray it because I can cut it off. There we go. Can feel it right there. I'm fraying it a lot, so let's poke that through. I could have used the bead threader. I just didn't want this hole to get big, so I'm trying to keep it kind of small. Let's see if that'll pull it through. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So now look. This is going to look good, y'all. This is going to look good. All right, so I'm going to foam this up right here. So let's do that. And this is it, guys. The last piece. This guy was born on 9/21. That's the date in there, 9/21/2020. It lived well over a year. So I'm going to cut this guy in half so we can use it. Somebody reminded me the other day to put my birthday on Scotty. Don't worry, I'm going to. I'm going to go back and see what day that was we opened it and put that on. I think it was last Thursday. All right, so we're going to stick this guy into place. Now in the back, I'm going to use the rest of that little piece that I salvaged of sticky tape, of yellow tape. And I'm going to stick this down, but I kind of want to pull it snug. Just like this. Then I'm going to trim the difference off back there. There we go. Look how cute. I still think I'm going to tie a bow. Not 100% sure. It's kind of cute just like that. Let's put it on a card. So I have these black card bases in my stash, and I'm going to foam mount this to here. And I need to foam mount it because I've got that baker's twine in the back, remember? So I'm going to add a little foam to the bottom here. Trim this edge off. And I'm going to put this piece up here. One thing you want to be careful of when you're doing these globe cards is rolling this around on your work surface because it can scratch it. So I'm trying to keep it kind of gentle there. So just be careful. All right, let's put a piece on the other side of our twine. I'm going to add a piece in the middle to support our shaker element. And then I need one little piece there. So there you go, guys. This is our card for today. And it's hard to believe it's from scraps, right? Now, I understand. It's not like a lot of scraps. We use this part in our scrap. But honestly, most of the time when people say, I'm making a scrap card, you kind of know what you expect. But I typically dig into my bins before I ever go to my big paper because I usually have some pretty big scraps in there. So even our background was scrap, this was scrap, this was scrap. All the pieces inside of here were from my scrap bin. So I challenge you, dig into your scrap bins first. I promise you, you will find some really good stuff in there and you probably won't have to add anything else. Super cute card. I hope you enjoyed this one today. Remember, all the products that I use will be linked in the description below. And thank you guys so much for subscribing. We have reached 310,000 subscribers, and I cannot tell you how thrilled I am with that. And after open house, we have open house this week, November 4th, 5th, and 6th. When open house is finished, we will be announcing our 300,000 subscriber giveaway, and I'm super excited. I cannot wait for you to hear about it. So, guys, if you make this card, I want to see it. Head to our customer gallery at maymaymadeit.com and share with me what you're making. I love seeing what you guys are making. You give me so much inspiration. And if you need inspiration, there's more than 2,000 projects there for you to look at. Hey, thanks so much, guys. And until next time, bye now.